Friends, you need to give this dish a try. Look how scrumptious these shrimp came out. So full of juice and wonderful flavor. And it came together in a cinch. If you want to learn how to make this, stick around as I walk you through this very delicious recipe. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to Taste to Explore. My name is Darlene, and on today's episode, we are going to kick it up with some delicious, easy, and I'm going to say it's about 30 minutes. You can pull this together, whether you have it with pasta or white rice. We are having some garlicky, herby, buttery, seasoned to perfection, large shrimps. So divine, so easy, so impressive, and it comes together in the flash. So now let's walk over to the really basic ingredients to get this started. Let's begin. All right, guys, now let's begin. Right here I have about 1 tablespoon of flat leaves, Italian parsley. And this is just going to be like the last thing that we put on the dish. And over here is a blend of spices of my favorite choices. I have some adobo seasoning. That's a seasoning blend. Tends to be salty. If you want, you can substitute it for whatever seasoning blend that you have, or some table salt. I also have a packet of Sazon. It's going to give a nice flavor and color. I also have granulated onion powder. I have black pepper. And I have coriander, ground coriander seeds. I will leave you the measurements in the description below. Over here I have extra virgin olive oil. Please use the good stuff because this is going to be part of our sauce. And this is a half a cup, extra virgin. And 1 stick of butter, salted. And I'm going to use some fresh garlic. And then the star of the show. All right, my friends. So here is the star of the show. These are tiger shrimps, extra large, like jumbo size. You know, if you're going to make shrimp, you're going to go hard or go home kind of thing. You want some really gigantic shrimp. It's meaty, it's hearty, it's delicious. So I have here 2 pounds. I'm going to feed my family with this, but you could use less if you like. This will feed a family of 5 easily. And then my blended spices, and we're going to mix all that up and put it right in here. And now with my hands that I have put some gloves on because I don't want to have a fishy smell in my hands with this. So I'm just going to mix it all through. Clean hands is the best tools, or if you have a glove on, of course. You're going to mix everything through. If you like, you can do this the night before and give your spices a chance to really penetrate and impart really great flavor. But if not, you can make this on the same day. Now, let's take this right to the stove. All right, my friends, now let's begin on a medium saucepan. Low flames, right? You don't want it too hot. You want it kind of medium low. We are going to put our extra virgin olive oil right inside. You don't need too much. We're not deep frying this. We're just slightly pan frying. Preferably a minute in both sides. Then later on, we'll put everything all together. Make sure you have like a small plate or a bowl to put in your cooked shrimp. Now, you don't need to wait until this gets super hot because you don't want to overcook your shrimps. Remember, overcooked shrimps taste very similar to a rubber band. It's just rubbery and it's not pleasant. So, we are going to put our shrimps in there. The oil is slightly cold. That's okay. They will cook just fine because I don't want to scorch them too much. And don't overcrowd your pan. And this will come up to temperature really fast. All right, let's turn them after a minute. Okay, let's wait for another minute. Take them out and put on the next batch. All right, my friends, after a minute on each side, if you feel like your shrimps are still not quite cooked through, that's fine. You don't want to overcook it because now we're going to put some garlic in here. So lower down your flames or completely turn it off. All right, my friends. So right now I want to put some butter. I'm going to start off with a half of that stick just to see how much we're working with. All right. And we are going to deglaze this glorious juices and brown bits of flavor. That's free flavor right there. So we're going to deglaze that. And this is going to be part of our sauce. And on the meanwhile, grate in some fresh garlic. I plan to use about 4 cloves, but you can put as much or as little as you want. Okay, my friends, after you put all the garlic in, just keep on stirring it, making sure it doesn't burn, working on a very low flame. And you just want to lift up any bits of pieces of that font that hasn't burned. It's free flavor. And now we're going to put our parsley in there and just let it cook with the warmth of the butter, olive oil, the free flavor we got going in there, and the garlic. Yum. Absolutely delicious. It smells incredible in here. Now we're going to put back in our shrimps that didn't fully cook through. When you cooking with these large shrimps, it does take a little bit more to cook. If you had the smaller ones, of course, they would have cooked up a lot faster. And then I still had a little bit of the parsley. So throw in your parsley. And that's right there. It's delicious. All you got to do is just pan fry this a little bit. Let it get warm. Let it get cooked through. And just submerge in all that wonderful glory flavor. And then you want to allow this to cook through with the flavors, the garlic, the butter, and the herbs in here just for another minute or two. That's it. That's it. And it's done. Don't overcook it. And now let's plate. All right, my friends. So now it's time to plate. This is my husband's plate. I'm just serving him with white rice and some avocado on the side. And I will be serving him his portion first. Look at that. Look at that gravy. Those pan drippings. Do you see that juiciness? Full of flavor. So satisfying. Smells divine. Better than the restaurant, my friends. You need to make this. All right, my friends. My husband's going to enjoy tonight's dinner. I hope you enjoy this episode as well. You need to make this super easy, super simple white rice, our wonderful shrimp, buttery, garlicky, and full of wonderful spices and herbs, and avocado. You can't go wrong with this combination. I hope you give this a try. I hope you like it, and I will see you again. Take care. Bye bye.